Just simple things like spaghetti or lasagna. A lot of the skills aren't known already, so teach them the basic stuff so they can progress on their own.
Right. That's wonderful. So again, my name is Christian Hoffman. I'm the Vice President for Public Relations and Development at Community Missions. You're watching Community Link. Today I'm joined by Kelsey, Veronica, and Brittany. They're talking about our Youth Rapid Rehousing Program, which is open for youth ages 18 to 24 that find themselves in need of some place to live in Niagara County. Basically, any other qualifiers? That's pretty much about it, right? 18 to 24?
That just about sums it up, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
The basic information can always be found at communitymissions.org. There's a page there about our Youth Rapid Rehousing Program and how you can get in touch with everyone that we're talking to here today. So you talked a little bit earlier about community connections. What are some partnerships that we have out in the community, and who are we trying to kind of connect better with?
So we definitely try and tailor to like the whole person, making sure that our clients are linked with any doctors that they need for health care, especially if they have the little ones as well, to link with a good pediatrician for care. We definitely use Community Missions Food Pantry. That's helped a lot of ours. For sure, to get more stable with their food, and also to learn the cooking skills over at Fall Street Station. We have certain employers that we kind of gravitate towards that are willing to kind of do on-site training with them and get them kind of really starting with a good career path, and definitely educational services to help them with that. So.
Wonderful. I presume a couple of the other programs that you kind of lean on are things like the clothes closet and the furniture giveaway program. So that's something else that we can touch on for you watching at home. If you're ever run across as you're doing your fall cleaning and such, either furniture items that you're no longer in need of that you could spare, or any kind of clothing or household items, jackets and boots, of course, as we're getting ready for the winter time. Those donations are going directly to help the people just like the cases that we're talking about here today. So please do consider us. Everything that we get for free that you're giving to us, we're giving away for free. We never charge for any of those donations either. So another way that you can kind of plug in and help the work that we're doing here.
Yes, of course. Definitely any household items that they could donate. And even we sometimes struggle with finding appliances for apartments. So that is also, if you have a gently used appliance that you can no longer use and feel like you can donate it, we can definitely use it for the kids. So.
That was something that really hit me between the eyes several years ago, is that there were furnished apartments, and then all of a sudden there weren't furnished apartments.
No furniture at all.
Well, not even for furniture, I guess, but yeah, the appliances that, fridges and stoves, and certainly with the little ones, we can't move families into something like that. Yeah,
because HUD requires us to have all of those resources for them to be able to prepare a meal for themselves and their family. So definitely stove, fridge, microwave, those kinds of things we are all have to make sure that they have before we can move them in anywhere.
Right. So Veronica, how long have you been with Community Missions?
I've been here for almost 2 years.
2 years. All right, wonderful. So Brittany just started, right?
Yes.
So, so I won't ask you this one necessarily, but what has been like one of your favorite takeaways, one of your favorite moments where either a mom saw the light bulb go on, or just something clicked, or?
Yeah, just what you said, that a mom realized the situation that she was in wasn't safe for her and her child or children, and decided to reach out for help.
And she saw some pretty good progress during the program?
I saw some pretty good progress. She did very well, and she's still currently doing well. So
wonderful.
I feel like we did help her in some aspects of her life.
Yeah. And Kelsey, do you have a story like that, or?
I have a few. They kind of are similar. When a youth that we have, really comes in struggling, they've been tossed, on multiple couches, don't really know where they're going next. they finally get into that apartment and they can just relax and they can finally focus on their individual goals that they've had to push aside because they were worried about housing. It's really, really lovely to see when they can focus on themselves and just grow, just learn different skills, be able to support themselves, support their family, find other community members and, you know, friends that truly add to your life. So that's definitely very, very rewarding when we see it happen. So.
You mentioned earlier about the Housing First model, and that sounds like the Housing First model in action. So talk a little bit about what Housing First is.
Yeah, so Housing First is kind of a program set, I don't want to say it's like a curriculum, but it is kind of a way of thinking. If a person does not have stable housing, it's really difficult for them to work on other goals for their life. If someone does not have a stable and safe place to lay their head at night, it's really hard for them to focus on their health, focus on taking care of their kids, taking care of themselves. So we really try and eliminate that issue first so that we can focus on the rest of the things to help them grow and you know, and flourish essentially on their own.
So the way that I've kind of come to understand it is kind of the inverse, right? So other programs, and really I think this was so much of the thinking throughout the country for so many years, is that someone who's battling demons or addictions maybe, or anything really that they have going on in their life, need to accomplish A, B, and C before they qualify for housing, right? Before they would be worthy of housing. And it can be more expensive up front, but not necessarily when you look at the long term, to just get them in a house, and then it's amazing
Everyone
how things melt
deserves
away.
to have a safe place to stay at night.
Right.
And that's everyone's right. And, you know, to make sure that our youth get that as quickly as possible so that they can, you know, become more self-sufficient and feel safe and be able to not have that worry anymore of where they're staying. So
I mean, let's maybe talk a little bit about maybe that intake process and such. Are there disqualifiers, things that they need to make sure they're not doing or having before they can come into the program, or?
Not necessarily. So like I said, it was 18 to 24-year-olds. We do have a screening process. They technically go through what's called coordinated entry. So we'll do an initial assessment with them just to kind of see where they're at, see what resources they might be needing throughout the program, and also to get kind of a history of the homelessness that they've been facing. Through that assessment, we get a TASE score, and the higher the score, the more need there is, and vice versa. So we really are able to put them all on a list, and it's a very fluid wait list for candidates. Yeah.
So things like mental health and substance use abuse isn't disqualifying necessarily?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Nope. We are able to find them providers to assist with those things, and then they get additional support from all the workers to help them with those things.
Okay, wonderful. So if anybody has questions or is interested in the program, how should they get a hold of you all?
So a good number is the Fall Street Station number, so they can go through coordinated entry that way. You can also call the main number for community missions and just ask for youth rapid rehousing, and we'll get you to the right place. So to set up that assessment for them.
And maybe do a quick minute on Fall Street Station as well, and how that kind of interplays with what you're doing. Yeah. Right.
If you want to
So we allow youth to come to the house to do laundry. A lot of the youth doesn't have washer and dryers or the income to go to a laundromat, so they can come to the house to do laundry. They can come to use the computers, to job search, to build their resume, budgeting. They could shower if they needed to. There's a lot of things that they can come to the house for, just support. We're almost always there.
Yep. So again, you can find more information about Fall Street Station as well at communitymissions.org, or like you said, call the main number, 716-285-3403. and ask about Fall Street Station, and they can give you certainly information there. And once involved with Fall Street Station, then certainly everybody will, you'll be on the radar for youth rapid rehousing as well. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for joining us and explaining a little bit more about how the program works and such. So I want to give you a couple of reminders about activities that are coming up. Saturday, September 28th is the annual Pet Blessing. It's going to be held at 1570 Buffalo Avenue. So bring out your dogs, cats, snakes, rabbits, horses, whatever you think might need a blessing, and we'll be sure to make sure they are properly blessed on that day. And so that is from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. We hope that you'll join us there. On Saturday, October 5th is our meat raffle that we're holding in North Tonawanda. I believe first spin is going to be at 6 o'clock at night at the Socorro Post on Payne Avenue in North Tonawanda. So bring out your ones and some good dips and such, and have yourselves a good time, and hopefully win some meat and support programs like the one that you just heard about. Following that, on Tuesday, October 8th, is going to be our Interfaith Prayer Service for mental health, recovery, and understanding. It's a great event put on, I think this is 13 or 14 straight years that we've been doing it. So it's an opportunity for different faiths to come together, each get a couple of minutes to come up and talk about what their understanding of mental health recovery looks like from their unique faith perspective, and everyone gathers together to help help overcome the stigma and the understanding for individuals with mental health. And then after that, there'll be a tabling event there at Bacon Memorial in Niagara Falls, right on the border of LaSalle. So we hope that you'll come join us 4 p.m. for that. We're always in need of many different things, as I mentioned during the discussion there. Things like clothes and household items and furniture are things that the programs are always in need of. Particularly this time of year, we need men's clothes, and as well as we're starting to get into the cooler months here. So hopefully jackets, coats, winter boots are going to be coming in as well. Always in need of hygiene products and diapers, especially kind of the larger end of diapers that are needed at this time, and volunteers. You can always visit communitymissions.org/volunteer. There's a quick form on there, and then our staff will reach out to you, try to figure out the best time for you to come in and use your skill set, whatever your skills might be, to help maybe in the kitchen or the pantry or making some phone calls for us, etc. So we certainly hope that you'll consider your gifts of time, talent, treasure, whatever that they might be, to support the work that Community Missions continues to do here on a daily basis. So once again, thanks so much for joining us on Community Link, and we'll see you next time.